Okay, so that's what this is. This is the dehumidifier, which is broken, and I am not fixing. And I'm going to tell you about how I'm not fixing it. If you're wanting to watch a video about how to fix a dehumidifier, this is not that video. If you're wanting to watch a video about making decisions about how to not, or how to, making decisions about not fixing it, because it's might be a little bit much, maybe this is for you. So this thing stopped working this spring, and I've already taken the back off of it, and we'll show you what I did in interest of figuring out if I think I can fix this or not. So oftentimes what happens is all the coolant, the refrigerant leaks out, and the folks put a tap right in here so that you can refill the refrigerant in here. Challenge is, let's show you this. We're going to bring this back up here, and hopefully you can see that. Well, you can't. This uses an R410 refrigerant that is not available anymore. I guess you can still buy it, but it's very expensive, and it's more expensive than replacing this unit. So if this needs to have coolant refrigerant replaced, it's probably not worth doing. Maybe a couple years ago, when this refrigerant was available, maybe. So here's what we're going to do: is we're going to turn you on. And there's a lot going on here that's right with this. The this fan is working. This compressor is turning over. There's obviously power. There's not a fuse issue. There's not a capacitor issue. What probably happened is that in the 8 years that I've had this thing, all of the refrigerant has left the device. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this to run for maybe like a half an hour, and we're going to stick a temperature probe down on here, which is the cold side. And we're going to see what this looks like. So, again, I'm not fixing this. This is going to be going to the dump, and it's probably going to get scrapped out for aluminum and copper and the whatever. And I just bought another one for $170. However, I'm glad to have spent a little time looking at this and figuring out if it's reparable. So we'll come back here in about a half an hour. Okay, so here we are. It's been about a half an hour, and we're back. We're going to put that away. This, I am going to... Oh, we have a hard time seeing that light. Okay, we'll figure that out. Stab that right in here. And this guy, we're going to shoot around on here. Now, the nature of using these thermal cams is that this is probably... This black surface might read differently than this white surface. And it does. 124, 51 Celsius. We'll come over here. (115), 46 Celsius. This thing, which I think is supposed to be the cold side, is reading in the 70s Fahrenheit. (24 Celsius). Well, I hope you can read that. So, this thing is, it's cooling down a little bit, but it's not cooling down nearly enough to pull water out of the air. Again, I'm not fixing this. This is going to be going away. R410, I'm not able to get that, which is, kind of a shame. I could do a fun experiment and put the tap here and try to load this with an automotive type refrigerant. I'm not doing that either, as that's weird, and these refrigerants have very different properties. I wonder if it's something like putting regular gasoline into a diesel engine, which would be destructive. My understanding of R410 is that it's a higher pressure refrigerant. I could be mistaken. Um, Higher pressure refrigerant than R134, which is the standard thing we do with the cars. So again, we're just this is going away, and I got another one. Maybe we'll show you the other one that I bought. So two things that I wanted to mention before we look at the new dehumidifier is that putting a tap on this thing and putting a different inappropriate refrigerant on that might be problematic. I would never really have faith in putting that in the basement. I could potentially put that in the garage just to see if it works. However, I own this house and I'm paying insurance on this house. And, if this house burned to the ground and it turns out that, it's because there's a silly tap on my dehumidifier, that would make us all very sad. And I really wouldn't be able to deny where the tap came on. So with that in mind, I want to show you this, which is the manual for the new dehumidifier, which you're going to see. And I'll read from this, as it specifically mentions breaking the refrigerant circuit. So we will read from, perhaps you can see that, warning. Oh, any person who is involved with working on or breaking into a refrigerant circuit should hold a current valid certificate from an industry-accredited assessment authority which authorizes their competence to handle refrigerants safely in accordance with an industry-recognized assessment specification. Examples for such working procedures are breaking into the refrigerant circuit, opening of sealed components, opening of ventilated enclosures. I read the manual because I'm that type of person, and I thought that was funny, as that was specifically mentioned in the instructions, is to not put the little tap on there and try to refill it. So we're not doing that on this one, and we're just going to move on. So with that, we'll introduce you to the new dehumidifier, which is very exciting stuff. Okay, so that's what this is. This is the new dehumidifier. I paid, I just looked at my receipt, I spent $170 on this at the Menards, because that's what we do at the Menards. Same features as the one that I'm replacing. This one is 40 pint. The one that I'm replacing claimed to be 50. And the word is that since I bought the last one and this one, they've changed the standard with respect to how these are rated. So this actually may be a similarly rated dehumidifier to the one that I had purchased before, but the stats have changed. Same thing. Everything's fine. $170 is not free, and however, keeping the basement dry is important. So again, I spent probably too much time talking about dehumidifiers that I'm not fixing, and hopefully we can all save some time trying to fix things that are never going to get fixed. So with that, I wish you a good day.